7 hier van History Hustle and we're standing here in Bukittinggi on the island of Sumatra in Indonesia. And in this video I'll talk about the Japanese occupation of the Dutch East Indies. Japanese occupied the Dutch East Indies in March 1942, relatively quickly, 3 months or so. I made an interesting video about that, so make sure to check that one as well. After the Japanese conquered the Dutch East Indies, the Dutch elements were deleted from society. The colonial Dutch society, which existed from the beginning of the 17th century, now came to an end. The Dutch language was deleted, and Dutch civilians, 170,000 people, were interned in prison camps. But also small things. So the Japanese issued their own currency, the Japanese gulden, and later brought in the Japanese rupiah. The Japanese presented themselves as the liberator of Asia. For Indonesian nationalists like Sukarno and Muhammad Hatta, cooperating with the Japanese was the way to achieve their goal, an independent Indonesia. This meant they approved the conscription of forced laborers, so-called remushas. An estimation of 4 to 10 million Indonesians were conscripted to work for the Japanese war industries under horrific conditions, constructing railways and also these defensive tunnels that served as a headquarters for the 25th Army on Sumatra. In some cases, the percentage of the people that died was 80%. The Japanese ruled Indonesia. However, important posts were now available for Indonesians. This was impossible during Dutch rule. The Japanese regarded Java as the most politic-oriented island. The Japanese had great difficulties cooperating with the Muslims, because for Muslims, Dutch and Japanese are non-believers, and the Muslims didn't want to make their oath to the Japanese emperor. Different sultanates in the Indonesian archipelago rebelled during the war. For example, the Acehnese in 1942 and in 1945. These uprisings were crushed with brutal force by the Japanese. As war progressed, the true nature of the Japanese occupier was revealed. Indonesians, depending on where they lived, could be the victim of random killings, forced labor, famine, and rape. The Allied planned to liberate Java, but they cancelled this operation. And when the atom bombs were dropped on the Japanese cities, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, in August 1945, the Japanese army surrendered and World War II was over. An estimated 3 to 4 million Indonesians died because of the Japanese occupation. However, the war was not over, because the Dutch wanted their colony back. The Indonesians wanted independence, and the result was another war. I'll talk about that in the next video. For now, like and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the future videos I put out.